Right. Hello, boys and girls. Today we are going to do lesson 9.2, estimating measurement lengths in centimeters. We did this with inches, but this time what's different is we're going to use another object to try to estimate the length of a second object. Okay, so let's take a look at this pencil here. It says the pencil is about 10 centimeters. So we know the pencil is 10. Okay, don't forget the pencil is 10. So which is the most reasonable estimate for this ribbon? Well, let's take a look. See our choices, 7, 13, and 20. We know the ribbon is longer than the pencil. So if the pencil is 10, our answer has to be more than 10. So I know which one I can get rid of right away. The one that's smaller than 10, because the ribbon is not smaller than the pencil. So we can get rid of 7 centimeters. Okay? Now we're left with 13 and 20. Well, if I look at 20, I know 20 is actually 2 tens. So that would be one whole pencil, and which is 10, and another whole pencil, which would be another 10 to make 20. And I think that's not reasonable. That doesn't make sense. That would be way too long. All right, take a look here. If I draw a line straight down, we know from here to here is 10, right? Because the pencil is 10. So really, how much more is this? Do you think it's another 10 centimeters? Does it look the same as this? Think about a centimeter. It's about, whoops, it's kind of messy, but it's about that big. Remember those cubes, all right? How many more do you think we could fit in here? I think 20 is not reasonable because I would need another 10, which would be this again. So that's not reasonable. So that leaves us with 13. Do you think we could fit 3 more in here? I think so. So that means our answer is 13 centimeters. All right. Look down here, it says the ribbon is a little longer than the pencil. So 13 centimeters is the most reasonable estimate. It's only a little bit longer. 20 would be way too much. Okay, so now let's take a look at some more problems. All right, let's take a look here. The yarn, so this piece of yarn is about 5 centimeters. I'm going to write 5 so I don't forget that. Circle the best estimate for the length of the crayon. Well, let's take a look. This is 5. I'm going to do this again. I'm going to draw a line straight down. That means this part of the crayon is also 5. Because if this is 5, this is the same length. It's 5. So we have to figure out how much more do we think that is. Okay, let's take a look. There's one that I think I can get rid of right away. That's unreasonable. If this is 5, let's see, another 5 would be double that, right? 5 plus 5 is 10. So another 5 would be about that, right? And then stop right there. That'd be 5, that's 10. Oh, we have 10 right here. 15 would be yet another length of that. So I'm going to draw another line that's about that long. And then, let's see, that's 15, 5, 10, 15. And then let's draw another one. That gets us to 20. So 20 would be way too long. And if you look at it, this piece of the crayon looks like it's just double this. So it's about the same size again. And 5 plus 5 is 10. So 10 would be your most reasonable answer. Okay? Now let's take a look down here. We know that the string up here is about 12 centimeters long. Okay, so that's 12. Circle the best estimate for the length of the straw. Is it 3 centimeters, 7 centimeters, 11 centimeters? Let's take a look where it is. Right about here. So where do we think that is? Well, let's take a look at our choices. 3 centimeters. Well, 3 is a lot smaller than 12. And while this does look smaller, I don't know if it's a lot. Remember when we did the other problem? 3 was maybe about 1, 2, 3. So I think 3 is way too small. So I'm going to cross that one out. Doesn't make sense. Now 7 is smaller than 12, right? It could be 7. Let's look at 11. 11 is only 1 centimeter smaller than 12. Think about the size of 1 centimeter. It would be as if I cut this piece off. So 11 would come to here because it's only just a little bit smaller. And this is not just a little bit smaller. So 11 doesn't make sense. Your best answer is 7. Look, here's about 3, and then you have a few more to go. So I think 7 would be our best estimate. Okay? Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. An estimate's just a good guess. All right? So let's take a look at just a few more examples. Okay, here we have this rope that's 8 centimeters altogether. So we know the rope is 8. And we need to figure out about how long the paper clip is. Well, let's take a look here. The paper clip, if I draw a line up, it pretty much cuts the rope in half. So what plus what makes 8, where it's the same number 2 times? That would be a double. 4, so it looks like this side would be 4, and this is the same size, so this side would be 4. And look where this comes down. Ooh, so I wonder what our best answer is. Let's take a look. Is it, well, look, this is 8, and I see 8 over here. That would mean it's the same length. That would not make sense. Now we have to decide between 4 and 2. Remember, 2 is not very big. It's pretty small. This looks halfway smaller than 8. So our best estimate, this piece is 4 from here to here, then this from here to here is also 4. So 4 would be your best estimate. Okay, let's look down here at number 4. The pencil is about 11 centimeters long. Circle the best estimate for the length of the chain. All right, so this is 11. I see 6 over here. The chain is longer than the pencil. Look at this. If I draw a line down, right? The chain sticks out further. So that means that the number has to be bigger than 11. Well, let's take a look at our numbers. 6 is smaller than 11. So that would be somewhere around here, smaller than 11. Can't be that. 10 is also smaller than 11. The chain is bigger, so it can't be 10. So that means our best estimate is 13, which is only about 2 centimeters bigger than 11. And if you look, 1 centimeter, 2 centimeters. That about does it. Makes 13. 11 right here, 12, 13. So that works. Actually, I think I have one more slide. Yep. No, let me see. 2 more to go. All right, so let's take a look at this hair clip. This hair clip is 7 centimeters. So we need to find the best estimate for this piece of yarn. So if this hair clip is 7, we know that the yarn is bigger, the number has to be bigger. Well, if we look over here, all our choices are bigger. So let's think. Is it a lot, like huge, big difference, like really longer? Is it a little, so longer or medium size longer? If that makes any sense? Well, let's take a look at our choices. Which one can we get rid of? Well, if this is 7, 22 is really long. Remember we saw the other pencil? So 22 is not reasonable. Let's get rid of that from the screen. It's popping up. So that one does not make sense, right? Think about it. From here to here is 7. Oops, my 7 came out funny, but that's a 7. So, I have to figure 7 plus what? How much could this be? Do we think it's 3 more centimeters? Because if it's 3, then that would make 7 plus 3 is 10. Do I think this is another, let's see, to make 17, 7 plus 10 makes 17. I would need another 10 centimeters. Think about if you had 10 cubes. Does this from here to here look like 10 cubes to make 17? Doesn't look that big, right? Looks like maybe 1, 2, 3. 7 plus 3 makes 10. So that means our best estimate is, oopsies, well, you get the idea, 10 centimeters. There you go. All right, let's look at our last one. The ribbon is about 13 centimeters. So this is about 13 centimeters long. We need to circle the best estimate for the string. Well, we know the string is shorter than the ribbon, right? So then the number for the string has to be smaller than 13. Well, I see one I can get rid of. Do you? 17, because 17 is bigger than 13. So that can't be it because the string is smaller. Now, let's take a look at our choices, 5 and 11. 5 is kind of a lot smaller than 13. 11 is a little smaller. So we have to decide, is this from here to here? Is this a lot smaller or a little smaller? Think about it. Where would 5 go to? If I had 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I don't think so. 5 would be, I think, a lot smaller. So this only looks a little smaller. So 11 would be our best estimate. All right, now you're going to try on your own with the Google slide and your personal math trainer.